Welcome back everyone, Dhruv Bass here, and I will be showing you today how we can connect our Telegram trigger to the AI agent. So what this will allow us to do is it will allow us to send messages via Telegram to our AI agent and then also reply back to the user that has sent the message. Now, if we just go and connect this like this and save, do a test of this, and let me just type something simple like hi there. Come back here. You can see that there is an issue that comes up. And the issue is that there is no session ID found. So the way that this AI agent, or not the AI agent, but the Windows buffer memory works is that it was expecting a session ID to be passed in from the previous node. Now, when we have a message sent from the chat message, in this situation, it does send a session ID along with it, but our Telegram message currently does not send that information. So how do we remedy this? The solution is quite simple. You just add a field in the middle and then provide the necessary information in that field and then pass it along to the AI agent. So let's do exactly that. I'm going to get rid of this error message, and here I'm going to add a edit fields. So this is, you can just search this or you can go over to data transformation. And inside here, we have this edit fields node, which allows us to essentially take in data from the Telegram trigger and sort of pick out the important pieces of information and then sort of relabel them so that the AI agent and the Windows buffer memory can understand them. So let me connect this to this. And what am I going to type inside here? I'm going to say add field, and the field that I'm looking for is, or rather the field that I want to output is going to be session ID. And the session ID is going to be inside the chat ID. So this is the input that we get from the Telegram trigger. The Telegram trigger passes us the following information. We have the update ID, message, chat, date, and text. Inside chat, we have the ID, which is the chat ID, which is the same thing as the session ID. So here we have dragged the ID over and dropped it inside the appropriate section. And you have to make sure that you have selected expression, not fixed, because fixed will just read this as text. But in order for the green sort of highlighting to show up and to be recognized it as code, we have to make sure that the expression section is selected. Now, what exactly is going on here? So this is actually very important and a very important piece of how we pass data along to the next node and how we utilize that data. $JSON refers to the input data that is coming in from the previous node. So the input is on the left side, the output is on the right side, the processing happens in the middle. So whatever's coming in the input inside this brackets over here, which is the array. So whatever's coming inside is going to be inside this $JSON. So this is the object that contains this entire information. Now, if we want to get the information that is inside the message, so in order to go one step inside this, so each of these are hierarchies, right? So this is the level one, say. At level one, we have update ID. And on the same level, we have message. And then on the same level, or sorry, on the same level, we have, actually, no, we only have two of these. So we have on level one, update ID and message. Now inside message, we have another level. So inside level two, we have message ID, we have from, we have chat, and we have date and text. So message brings us into level one. Dot chat brings us inside level two, which is inside our chat section. And then now within the chat section, we're looking for the ID. So ID gives us this value over here. Now in this situation, it was very easy to just drag this and drop it here. But in the future, we'll be working with code sections. So places where we'll be writing JavaScript code, where it is very important to understand how this hierarchy works. and how you can access the different pieces of data that are inside this object. If you want to learn a little bit more about objects, we will cover that in the future lectures, but you can look up things like dictionaries and JSON objects inside JavaScript. So that should give you a very good idea of how these work. So that takes care of the session ID. Now let's also add another field. And then inside this field, I'm going to call this chat input. Okay, this is going to be a string, and this is going to be the text. So you can see how in this example, we went in one level. So we went to message. So message was on level 1. We went inside message to grab text, which is in level 2. So now that we have the text and we have the session ID, we can essentially just come out of this, hit save. And now let's try the same exact process again. So again, I'll just say, okay, this time I'll say something else. I'll say testing. All right, okay, there we go. So this time it executed successfully. And the reason for that is when I go inside here, you can see that the input was session ID, the following session ID, and chat input was testing. So what essentially happened here is we got some data from the Telegram trigger. We discarded a bunch of the useless information. We grabbed the useful information, which is just 2 fields for us. And then we sent that along to the AI agent. And the AI agent passed that information along to the Windows buffer. And then it was able to produce an output. Let's just take a look at what the output was. It just said, testing is a go. I can hear you loud and clear. How can I help you today? So very simple stuff. Now, the next step, obviously, is going to be to pass this information back to our Telegram. The way we do that is by having a send message. So we're going to have a send message node, which is going to be allowing us to send a message back to Telegram. So I'm going to search for Telegram. And we want to select the Telegram node, not the Telegram tool, because the Telegram tool connects to the AI agent. And even though we can probably configure it this way, but there are some changes that we still need to make. And there are some other things that I'll be showing you in the future, which will not work if we just assign it as a tool. So let's select the node and we want to send a message. So we want to send a text message. Okay. The credential is auto-selected, just totally fine. We have message, send message, and let's make sure we connect this first, because otherwise it won't have the information that's necessary. Okay, so we have output. The text is going to be the output over here. So this just takes the output from the AI agent in the previous step and pastes it into the text. Let's get the chat ID. Now the chat ID, if you remember, was not something that was outputted by the AI agent, obviously. What it was outputted from was the edit fields section. So this is where we had set the chat ID and we called it session ID, but this is where we had set it. So we are actually able to go back to the previous nodes and pluck data from there and paste it into our data fields. So now if I paste this session ID from the previous section, you can see that automatically it shifted from fixed to expression, and it's grabbing the data from this specific node. It's going to item, JSON, and then it is grabbing the session ID. Okay, sweet. So that should solve the problem. Now let me do test one more time. And this time I am again going to say, hello there, what's up? Oh, fantastic. So actually, it sent the message directly inside Telegram as we expected, but it's having this little text over here saying that this message was sent via n8n. Let us get rid of that. So in order to do that, we go to Telegram, and then inside here we add a field, and the field that we add is append n8n attribution, and we actually turn this off. Okay, let's test that. I'm going to say testing, testing. I know it's pretty unimaginative, but I'm keeping it simple for a specific reason. All right, so here we've got the data, and we have that this was sent automatically with n8n. And the reason why I'm keeping it simple is because sending data in Markdown or HTML back to Telegram is actually not as straightforward as it might seem, because there are some issues with the conversion from the AI agent, what the AI agent thinks is Markdown, or what the AI agent uses as its HTML tags, and what Telegram allows, or what Telegram thinks is Markdown. So that is a little step that we still have to do, and that is something we will take care of. But for now, we have a end-to-end sort of loop working here, where we're able to send messages via Telegram, and we're able to get replies back. And I would actually test this on your phone itself, because so far we've been using the Telegram app on our desktop, but the real fun is in actually using the phone and getting responses back. It's really, really cool. And, please feel free to play around with it. Now, what's left that we have to still take care of is that this part is no longer going to work, because now what we've done is we're ending with a Telegram node. So what was required for the chat message to work was that we need to end with a node which outputs text. So with that, thank you so much for joining here. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out the links in the description to get more resources. If you are a business owner and want to implement AI or automation into your business, you can reach out to us, and I'll be happy to chat with you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.